in a game between Apeks and No Problem right now. We're going to be getting underway with the action. Looks like a DQ's coming in for No Problem. Looking like they're going to be en route to dusting off this first map. 12-7 right now, so it's looking comfortable, to say the least. Money is good as well for that CT side, and once they get a lead like this, it's pretty tough to stop. Looks like since the half switch, they've just been rolling over 4 rounds in a row. Now we'll be heading into the 5th of the half and see what they can do. So Apeks need an answer now, sooner rather than later. Otherwise, this can get out of hand. Once you've got that utility, once you've got those ops, it's just so tough to stop this CT side. Aggression from Holtz. Does he get this? How does he not punish there? How did they not get this trade? And eventually, he's going to lose his life. He's around very aggressive for a little bit too long. Garu's doing damage. He'll have to kill, looking for a third, but the edge of the smoke going to come back to punish him. I know the bodies are dropping once more. Still an advantage for the T's, and a bomb plant secured as well. Or at least it should be. They eventually decide to punch in the numbers, and walking into the smoke ratification, he's going to get another. This is
quite a doozy,
chaotic.
isn't it?
It is indeed. So fast. So far forward. Oh, big.
Nice. That's one. If you can... Oh, but man, if you could catch Marcelius there off guard, he knows exactly where he is, but the perfect peek from Marcelius, recognizing there's a little bit of a lull there. And it is going to be Apeks picking up a round after all, but no problem. This is their map pick, and they're in the lead for it. 4 rounds up still. This will be an eco here for No Problem. Actually, wait. Now they're going for the force. This is a little much, I think. They have the money. They could have just saved it up a little bit, but you know what? I'm going to go for the risk. And I wonder if they have some plan in mind here.
Looks like aggression into ladder initially. Pretty default. Nothing too wild. I mean, you've got the ladder presence. That's one way to compensate for the MP9 for sure. Eating days makes it a little less comfortable, though, of course. Maybe they get that flank up. They've got 2 players in towards the inner bomb site, which does seem to be like where we want this hit to go for. At least some. They don't really have the utility for a protracted fight here. They don't have Molotovs for a retake, which make life so much easier. So they're really going to need to do a ton of damage on this first take. It's looking way too long time. Barry, oh, he's found one. He looks back just the right moment. Does the damage. Not able to find the last kill. Just not enough he's done. But look at the health on these remaining players. Never mind. The health may not be a factor if Apeks just hits headshots like that. Doesn't matter if you're one-tapped if you can't let your opponent shoot back. You know, it's all going to be on the rolls. He's losing his health himself. And just a deagle. Armor. Flashes. He wants to save. He's bailing out of this. There were 2 players with 6 and 10 health respectively who were untouched in that attempted retake. What a nice result for Apeks to secure this. Their second round of the half, their 9th round of the game. Keep themselves rolling.
You know what's crazy is that No Problem was only a few kills, maybe even a single kill away from potentially flipping this round on its head. Luckily for Apeks, they maintain the 3 players alive, so they have some profit moving forward, but No Problem. They're going to have to save up here, and this is a great chance for Apeks to kind of steal that momentum that they need here in the second half, right? Just get their money going, get these rounds on the board, get the confidence back up, and just show them that, yeah, okay, we lost the first half on CT side, but it could easily very well be a comeback here on this T side.
Imagine if they had an HE in that situation. 1 HE. Would have likely killed both players. Oh, the aggressive Zeus. He's just rocking around the corner. No, misses the shot. A little too far away. Vigs, love the cojones there. Love the attempt. Just got to go for it. Got to try and make it happen. Get something a little risky, a little frisky in one of these dry ecos. Not going to happen there, but I like this boost up. Barry abandons it a little early. They were actually going to come around the corner there. It's a very cheeky way to take that fight into T-Con. You do not see that every day.
We've seen him pop off. He's looking forward again. This time he'll actually catch a shot by Barry, the leader of the No Problem squad. But they've got problems, Mike. They've got the man pick, but they still have problems. They got to deal with the AKs, but most importantly, they have to deal with the Kez having full control of the BM. And Ratification holding down that main rotate point here.
It's all. This is a disaster now. They were looking like they might have something to work with. At this point, their objective should be saving the AK. And that's exactly what's going to happen. SMF's going to get his way out. Just going to get back towards Ivy, try and secure the AK. They'll leave the remaining 2 players to try and get some exits, maybe find a little something. They will presumably be able to get a buy up next time, although it'll be limited. I don't know that anyone's going to be able to purchase the AWP. Actually, I do know. I can do math. No, they will not be able to purchase the AWP. Nobody should have it. Most money will be on Barry, who will be at 4,600. just not quite good enough. So they'll be without an op. They'll be limited on utility. It's not going to be a great buy. And on train, if you continue to limit your CT side economy, if you don't allow yourself these good buys, the T's can run over you pretty effectively.
Terrorists win.
The gap is closing though. 12 to 10. No problems. You can't quite afford the op that they might be looking for here as the bread and butter for the defenses for the CT side. Now let's see if Apeks will just keep up their early aggression. It's been working out really well for them, and I think Bruise might just go for the outside pick here through T-Con with the op. He's looking for that ladder cross. The ladder is crossing this time. There are 4 men early for no problem. This is a pretty standard setup, right, for no problem. They are a little bit further back. Pretty standard setup overall. A 1-for-1 trade. Now the hit's coming in for Apeks.
Love this boldness from Bolts. Playing so aggressive. He only gets 1, though. Too aggressive here, but Barry is making it work. They are coming back into it. That's going to be truth falling. Another round claim for no problem. They've contained their lead. They've made this buy work. The slightly limited kept it alive. Now they got a choice. SMF could pick up the op. He's going to go for the rifle. They'll have full armor here. They'll have a kit. They'll have a couple of kits, actually, and a lot of utility to play with. So now they're looking a little more comfortable. Meanwhile, over on the Apeks side, Truth eventually gets himself a rifle. So they'll have a full buy as well, but this is where the money starts to run out. They've still got a bit of cash in reserve, but it's not going to be looking so pretty.
This is Norwegian CS versus Danish CS. This is some pretty sick. And it is going to be Bruce off great flashes coming in from Marcellus and a lot of opening frag, but SMF is able to make a stand, but his teammates have fallen. Him, along with Barry, needs to recover the bomb site somehow. They're here. Barry, that was an important battle for him to win, and Akaz is just going to string it along. That's 3 piece for him already in the bag, and it's all down to Viggs. He's going to fall back. Nothing to do here. He has some money left over that could help him in this next buy if they decide to do so. But I really would like to see some mobs kind of come out here.
The problem is their loss bonus is still not freshened. I mean, obviously they just won a round, so that sort of ruined the plan there in terms of building up the cash to actually be able to get those ops, to be able to get a really healthy. This is going to be tough. I don't think they'll be able to justify it in the next one. They'll have 2 players who could theoretically buy, and with Vig saving, maybe you could drop it over. So this is where we get a really interesting philosophical conversation, right? Are you going to try and go for it the next round? Or are you going to go ahead and concede a 12th to them? Just use this one FAMAS and use their utility to try and make something a little weird happen, and then get yourself a round where you really have a healthy buy, where you can get an op, where you can get everything you want. But nope, they are going to buy the op. They're going to toss it over. So they'll have an op. And everybody else is going to be pretty limited. They're risking it. They're risking it for the biscuit here, Roy.
Yeah, I don't totally mind this. They have a decent buy actually for this, and hopefully Barry can put that out to good use. But right now it seems like Apeks are throwing some bit of a diversion outside as they look to just overwhelm this B bomb site, and it's down to Viggs here. Famas, utility in hand, that could surely buy them some more time, especially for Barry to rotate over with that op. And as long as Barry holds above Viggs, he should be able to fight them at a pretty favorable angle here.
Bringing the 3rd player in here is a nice touch as well. Now they're going to have an MP9 to work with. There's utility being thrown, so that confirms their suspicions, but Barry hasn't pulled the trigger yet. He's lost a teammate as a result, forced off the angle by a Molotov. Player already forward. Barry only gets 1 before the trade comes in, and this is a catastrophe. Yes, there's still a player on site, but he'll only get 1 before instantly being traded, and SMF just has to save again. And this is a problem. That's a major problem now. You just wind up in a situation where the triggers don't get pulled early enough to do the damage to hold them back. Great utility usage out from Apeks. Allows them onto the site, allows them forward to get those trade frags, to get those picks. This is very concerning indeed. You're going to have to take another eco here on the no problem side. You're going to allow them tied up as opposed to having punted the gun round 1 round down. Yeah, I'm starting to get very nervous here.
Can't blame you. The gap is gone. Only 1 round apart. No problem. We'll have to save up here. This is another round that should, according to probabilities, Mike, of course, should be a round for Apeks, and this should very well be the 13-13. Now, the only problem for me here for the no problem side is, yes, they've had a bit of a mediocre half so far overall, but Apex's economy is getting incredibly out of control. That nade is gonna land right on SMF's head.
I don't understand why they've invested what they have into this round. Because broad economy is lower than they need to be, and I don't think they're going to see a lot of success. There is a trade there. Okay, Barry gets a kill.
Oh, he's found the bomb.
He's found the bomb. Did you realize it? It should be showing up on his radar, certainly. It's sort of disguised by the box, but they know. They know. And he's got the Krieg now, so hey. Maybe this is going to work out. Elbows sticking out there. Pointy elbows getting clipped. I'll be a little nervous about that. They are going to toss over the rifle to keep it on the healthy player. Although Barry did have armor.
Creeping on A, but Truth will just swing it at the perfect time. Now it's going to be Barry and Rawls to try to hold this one back. They've abandoned the bomb. They know they're getting split from all directions. And I like this call, actually. Barry's going to go up the ladder, I think. He's going to hold down Brown Halls with a 2-shot to the chest angle with the deagle. And Rawls is just going to go and reinforce Ivy to try to cut them off from going A. This is sick. Barry knows he has them locked out of the B site.
So there's the spot, though. That's a big problem. Losing the Ivy presence means that they're just going to presumably flood through this. They're taking it slow. They're careful about this flank. They have a pretty good idea that something might be happening here. And dead as soon as he comes around the corner. I love the idea. The problem is just when you take that face towards Ivy, as soon as you lose that one player, there's no threat anymore, right? They know there's only one potential threat on the map. You can just move on to it. That takes away the element of surprise. So nicely done from Apeks to just wait, see what could. And I think that's a situation where calculated aggression got them to that point in the round for no problem. You got to know when to let off the gas. You got to know when to fall back and let them sprint.
Now Truth going aggressive outside, but he gets punished by Barry this time with the AWP from sandwich position. And he's not done just yet. He wants to advance. He wants one more. And he's going to get bruised as well. One of the hard hitters on this T side so far for Apeks. And now that they've eliminated the T-con pressure, they can just look back and focus on this Ivy crossfire.
Ratifaction has the smoke fade. Gets the better of SMF. Thought that was going to go a different way, but still an advantage for no problem. They're hyper aggressive. Need to slow it down again. Barry going to swap to the Krieg. Interesting here, dropping the AWP. They had that double op set up. Rawls just needs to hold this. There are two players right around the corner. He doesn't know it for sure yet, but he can be pretty confident about that. If he pulls off this angle, it blows the round wide open. And they're eventually going down to test him. There it is, dry peaked. Patience rewarded. Rawls just sitting here, waiting for the kill to come through, for the dry peak, and he makes it work. Now it's all just Marcelius, and he will get the bomb back, but he's now 1v4 to try and recover this round, to try and make something happen. Possibly he just wants to do damage here, because of course there will be a buyback from the T's. If he can find a couple of kills, he limits that CT economy going forward. He makes this very tough for them. But to do so, he's got to find bodies. Molly's going to force him out, and Barry will put him down. An upgrade back to the op. They've got that double op. They've got the 14th round. They're back in a little bit of control.
It's crazy what happens when you get the double op set up on the CT side, huh?
Funny how that works.
It's just so much easier to hold with double ops on this map. There are so many lanes. And Barry, the old guard, he's popping off. 111 ADR, 31 kills, 3 assists. Most importantly, 5 MVP stars, Mike. The best stat of all.
That is the most important stat. Everyone knows it indicates everything about this. It's just facts. Big facts. We should talk about it, though. This is no problems map pick, which it's being a bit of a squeaker. Even if they do win it here, I think this tends to indicate that it's coming here to fight, and that this might be quite the series between them. Looks like they're going to go back for this inner hit, and once again, it's pretty soft defense here. Vig's just the lone defender. He's going to take a more passive angle back towards the bomb train instead of hanging out by the spools this time around. He's got support again from the AWP. Now Barry's locking it down. He's committed to this site as well. No more of that Z connector shenanigans. He's going to peek them as soon as they come around the corner, and indeed they will. There's a player just waiting for it. Smoke's going to be thrown to allow this lurk out. Molly deep into it. Love that utility usage and a nade in.
Oh, that could have been so much better.
Doesn't connect.
Yeah, and Vig. I love this fool's position, but sometimes you can have too much patience for your own good. And Marcelius is one way in the smoke. He catches 2 rotators in towards the B-bomb site. And suddenly it's down to Barry and Holtz. We're looking to recover the round in a 2 versus 3. Now there's players' positions above in the box halls. And there's a player down towards the default area, and he's just decapitated Barry. Holtz gets one, and he's not liking his odds and not liking the time left. And he's going to back on out of there, and it is Apeks picking up the 14th here. And I think the loss bonus should still be okay for no problem. With the saved, yeah, with the saved op, I think they'll front a pretty good purchase here in this next round.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They'll be able to drop a gun. Vigs will be able to buy up a second op if they want to rely on that double op, if they want to still have it. It's going to be a little hairy, though. Vigs picking that up would presumably make him glass cannon. Yeah, that's how math works. That would definitely be glass cannon. They're going to be very limited elsewhere. I think it's going to be rifles across the board outside of that. Vigs has just bought an M4, so that's certainly confirmed. This is tough. And at this point, that's map point. There will be nothing left in the bank, so they're betting it all on this round. They're betting everything on this round. They got an MP9, they got a single op, they got FAMAS and 2 M4s to make it work. And we're going to see hyper-aggression again as a result of this. Holtz feeling like he needs to take command early on. He's going to be dropping utility into T-Con. He's going to be working his way up close to it. He wants to find a pick immediately, and Apeks have learned to read this. They're just going to wait, see what he does. Oh, flash is good there. They don't actually capitalize on it, but Holtz is going to have to fade away. Now he's lost his teammate in towards ladder as a result. They know he's here. They're trying to make him uncomfortable with the utility, with sprays. He's managed to find a little bit of a gap and slip back around towards that ladder spot, but his back's now turned to the bulk of the presence. Oh, he might get the flank on Ratifaction. It would only be one, but it would make it a lot easier for his teammates to hold.
What? He wins that. I thought Gruz had him dead to rights. Holtz eliminates Satisfaction as well, and suddenly what was looking like a solid take here for Apeks and a potential 15th on the board is actually now looking favorable for no problem. Now, mind you, Rawls is still wounded, and so is Holtz at 27 HP, and Shuth is in deep in enemy lines, and he's hearing this information. He's hearing all these players move around. He knows where Barry is.
Barry has no idea either. The sprint tells me he had no concern that a player was here. So Truth's just gonna walk around. Oh no. He's looking for a second. Right behind him. There's the headshot. There's the confirmation. That weakens this triangle. A second pick as well as they wait for that aggression. Again, it's just, you can anticipate it. You can set your watch to the fact that they're gonna push aggressively. Now it's all onto Vigs as a trade in the flames from Holtz. Is gonna lose him his life. Upgrade potential here for Vigs. They'll at least have a rifle to attempt this clutch. 13 bullets in it. He's not going to go for the reload, though. Make that 12, as now he's revealed his position, and they can anticipate it. Doesn't know that there's a player this close up, and Akez is just going to put him down. So map point claim for Apeks. They've completed the comeback here. They've made this happen, and now they're just trying to close it out in regulation. It's going to be a broken bye from no problem to maybe secure OT.
Yeah, can we get a quick check on the first half score line real quick?
8-7, I think, for no problem.
8-7 for no problem. That's a solid T-side finish. Not quite what we saw in the last game, but yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit disappointed in the fact that no bomb has fallen so flat on their CT side. This is their map pick after all. This is supposed to be where they're gonna get at least 1 point here on the board in terms of the BO3. So far, they've looked pretty flat, and now they have a downgraded set of weapons to try to defend security. Flashbang is not quite as effective, but the kill is there, and Barry continues to be a strong pillar here for no problem.
It's funny, I've come to expect him to be on the flank so often that sometimes when it swaps to a T's perspective, I still expect it to be a no-problem player here out in the open. Bruce will get one, but he's traded. He was looking for that pick on Holtz, but he was distracted by players in front of him. Didn't quite locate him in time. Now this gets a little interesting. There's a man advantage for no problem, but they don't have a ton in terms of health. That flashbang is good, and it reveals positioning because they spray in a panic as a result. And Holtz has now worked his way on the edge of smoke. This man is so dangerous and so bold. He hears them hop, and he wants to go through. Truth is just watching it, though, and will exterminate him, and now the bodies are dropping. What was looking so good for no problem is given up. They were still aggressive. They were still so bold, and they're giving those picks back one by one by one. Now it comes down to SMF and Vigs. Can they keep their team alive here in map 1, or are they going to concede it and head to their opponent's map pick? Looking for these kills. That's a big one to find, and one of the remaining players is quite low. Marcelius now as well. Vigs just has an SMG with the health on these two players that might be viable. The HE would do it, but he can't toss it out, and there's an alt now looking for him. He's trying to survive, dipping, dodging, diving, ducking, surviving.
Oh!
Vigs has done it. The HE to find one, the MP9 for the other. He's saved his team. He's kept them alive. He's got the defuse. He's going to secure OT.
I just want to say one shout out to Viggs for clutching that out. That was really impressive. But that was so illogical. I don't even, irrational rather, from No Problem to just push into that scenario. One, they have the fall off from T-Con cut off. Like, there's really no way for Apeks to really fall off these positions. And you're in man advantage. All you do is just hold the other side of the T-Con. Why are you pushing into where you know they are? You know they're in there. You know there's at least 1 or 2 players in there, but there's 3 that time. And they just almost threw away their chance. And luckily, Viggs is there to save them. And it is now overtime where things are reset. The rules are changed. 16K, FR3. And let's see if No Problem's got something up their sleeve.
Okay, here we go. Round of action out, getting aggressive ground, but SMF will be able to trade it back. And here's Barry. Okay, this round it's working. They've got weaponry again. They're not handling like they've been for the last couple of rounds. But once more, over-aggression comes back to bite them a bit. Viggs does have to flank from ladder, so now it's a 2v1. But round of action, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can clutch this out. He's going to find the first, does a ton of damage, but takes it in turn. Swaps guns. The other gun doesn't have many bullets in it either. I don't know if he realizes that.
Yeah.
Gonna need to be a bit careful here. Just switching guns doesn't reload the clip.
He's just trying to get far enough to do it. No, does he go? You gotta go for it. You got 5 in the clip.
Press R. Press R.
I think when he gets CT here, he'll highlight it. Oh, no.
No.
I think at this point, he's just afraid of giving away his position.
I think at this point, he just doesn't know he has 5 bullets in the clip. All right, that's my theory. It happens sometimes where a player just immediately picks up a gun and doesn't think to actually check how much ammo they have. Headshots are nothing. And he's going back through Z. He had the free bomb plant over towards the inner bomb site. But he's actually going to go back out. And they haven't moved. No problem. For once, they haven't been over-aggressive. They've hung out in their spot. They're going to drop this Molotov. But as soon as he ticks his bomb, there's a player so close, there's no way he can get away. And that's death. He doesn't even get a chance to fire one of those 5 shots because SMF is all ready for him. And that's the change we needed from No Problem. They were getting so over-aggressive. Well, this round, they slow it down. They're patient. They let the clutcher come to them, and they make it work.
Jesus. These rounds are coming down to the wire every single time. And this is great Counter-Strike. I love it. But here we go. Fast push once again. Actually, it's only a ruse this time. They're throwing some utility out. They're trying to bait what they can. Oh, come on. That molly was nowhere near them.
Talk about bold spots. Takes now.
Jesus.
Let's go through the smoke. Rawls gets a pick. That's nicely done. Oh, Figgs can go in. There's the flash, and it does not work out. Right of action was ready for him. So, man advantage taken back. They don't have the ops to deal with. That's good damage, and now they're forward. Barry's here, but Barry doesn't have teammates out to help him. SMF will be able to get on the site, so that's great. Now we can't get that pick. Doesn't win that duel, falling off the ledge at the wrong moment. Offsets it. And this gets a little weird.
9 damage off that.
Off of an op shot. How many things did it travel?
Hold that thought for a second. Right now, there's a lot of control being exerted towards this back of this B bomb site. And holds it down to 20 HP, which is not a good amount of health points to be up against riflers. All down the the Eagles, too many angles available for Apeks, and they claim the second round of OT. And things are tied up once again, but yeah, I think he shot through only the side of the corner wall of the ladder run up.
Must have gotten a whole chunk of bricks in there, because I don't know how you get 9 bullets off of an op shot. Or 9 damage, rather. That's, well, unfortunate for him. Certainly. Now 16-16 all tied up. This is a tightrope that we are walking here, Roy. I think that if Apeks can take this second round of their TF, they've got a very good chance of taking this out. Nicely done from Bruce. So aggressive. Already far forward. Now they have to continue this position, and they're trying to clear it out. But they might just be blind to his new spot. Back. Hasn't gotten over aggressive, and the bodies are dropping. The bodies are dropping left, right, and center. He's got a pincer on the site at least, but never mind. One of those claws of the pincer has been snapped right off. It's all going to be on to Barry. He's got an op. He's got to get down ladder. This is such a tough position to try and op from, and he has to do it. There's no reason to save it, so he's got to go for it, but this is hopeless. He's giving away his position. Now they can just wait patiently for him. He'll throw the alert smoke. He'll throw a flash and just try, hope, and pray that he can get out. And They'll admittedly find the first, but now they can just wait for him to cover them. There's no reason to peek this. They should just hold back. Just watch the bomb. He's using all of his utility. Just let him come out. And there we go. Akez has it. The flank was even coming in from Truth. It's all over. That's 17-16. Now in great position to do what they couldn't in regulation and steal away their opponent's map pick.
And what's also interesting about the contrast between these two teams' performances is that Barry is like clearly ahead of the rest of his team. Right, 36 kills, 4 assists. The second player there is 22 kills, 7 assists. But on the other hand, Apeks is a little tighter, right, in terms of their scores. There's only a few kills difference. I'm not sure if that's a sign that the team is just functioning out of overall better, or just as individually everyone's performing a little bit better. Right now, single man is not really going to lead you all the way to the finish line. Nice patience from Holt. Eliminates the Marcellius op. That's denied Ratifaction. Or excuse me, Ratifaction. He's gotten the satisfaction of killing SMF. And he's just going to go straight through the smoke. Oh no, surely. Oh no, he went the other. That is savage. They've completely yin-yang. They might think that B-side's clear when Holt calls for it. And they might fall right into Ratifaction.
This is going to be so strange. This is going to be so strange, especially losing Barry now. That's getting encouraged to play back, but he's coming in ladder. Ratifaction, you got to get back up there. Oh no, he's given away his amazing position. Now just worked his way into ladder, anticipating it to be an A play. He outthought himself, and at this point now we've got Holtz who's on the flank. I don't know if they've communicated. Actually, based on the position of Groose, they clearly do know that this is a possibility and even likelihood. And so Groose is ready for it. That's amazing comms. That's amazing map awareness. And so while Ratifaction may not have his insane flank position, he's going to be in a good spot here, and he'll do the damage as well. That's the round claimed. Apeks now 2 attempts to get 1 round to steal this map, to seal train, and move on to their own map pick.
Wow, what an unusual round, huh?
I just love the difference in philosophies between Apeks and No Problem, right? If No Problem had a player in that position, they probably continue pushing infinitely to try and find it, and that might actually work, right? If he continued through the T-Con, he would have probably gotten a flank out there. But Apeks, they slow it down, they turtle up, they recognize that there's probably a flanker in towards the inner site, but that they've got control to prevent the bomb from getting there, so Bruce just holds for the It's lovely to see. Vig's gonna start this one off well. Finds himself a pick. May have found an opportunity for No Problem to make a game of this. But it's going to take a little bit more than that.
They are a man up. They still have a lot of time. Gary's been spotted still jumping around T-Con, so I think Apeks will hold their 3 men here towards this A site for now. Now the pressure's coming out towards Ivy as well. Now, this is shaping up to be an ace fit after. There's an Olaf player. They're going to look to squeeze out Akez here. Awesome. That flashbang, it doesn't quite do the job, but at least he gets the kill off it. He's going to go for the second one as well. And a third. He just destroyed them single-handedly, Mike, and just closed off the round for his team. 19-16. Apeks. Wow, what a performance. Stealing away the map pick here for No Problem. And we will be moving on to the second map, which... Let me just double check what that is, Mike, on this HLTV page.
Mirage.
It's Mirage.
And that's Apex's pick as well. That's so interesting. That last round was beautiful. Just the skill to hold on there on what should have really been a sole position after he gets the first pick. And then he's got teammates in position as well. I just love to see it. And I think it typifies what we were seeing from Apeks. It makes me very excited to see them on their own map as well. I'm into this. I'm into the style of CS they're playing. I'm into the contrast of philosophies between these two teams as well. The fireworks should continue here through the rest of the series.
That's what we're hoping for, and we will see that come to fruition in the second map here soon to follow. But for now, we are going to go to a quick short break. We'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, and we'll see you soon.